It should be working now, yeah. Yeah, I started OBS right before the stream, so I didn't realize it reset my mic settings. That's annoying. But yeah, you need to make your RM. There's like, even if you had a friend making an RM for you and playing it for you, you would still need the account details of that RM because you can't do anything in this game without one. It's definitely a critical design flaw they have no plans to address. Oh, still, guess this is still a dungeon. You can hear me now, right? Checking. I see my mic click. As far as I can tell, you can even hear my mouse clicks go through. Hmm. Stream myself. Okay, good luck. Mother. Half the dungeon done. Hello? 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 Okay. Good to know. Working as intended. I would like to be louder, but I expect so much from myself, I guess. I've been in this crap dungeon for 20 minutes. And counting. The worst part, it's still counting. Why can't they just let this dungeon be easy? What's the point of making it difficult here? Like, yeah, there's the argument that it's still kind of easy because I'm doing it without any buffs, but, like, they could just have 10 HP and take 1 damage each hit, and nobody would care. For some reason, they feel the need to add difficulty because, I don't know. Reasons they feel is right, even if it's not necessarily true. General question: what do these crabs you're hunting in the beginning do? They have a chance. So when you open a crab shell, they have a chance to give a crab meat. If you look at the crab meat stats over here, there's the 50% EXP on the top row. And that can be used with amps and the Pena Flask that you can buy in FWC. So it's just literally free XP. Well, I say literally free, but it's taking so much longer now. So yeah, don't miss out. Of course, you could always just get unlucky and get 0, but in general, you can expect enough for like 2 hours of grinding at least. Each one only lasts 30 minutes. So you just use 2 per set of prems. Maybe I need to load up on Star Candy on every character now. Just for this. Healing myself does take... Well, it does take time if I don't have any food. Sitting down to regenerate is not ideal, let's just say. Oh my god, I have no HP again. Alright, sit and regenerate, I guess. And curse my poor planning. Dark on 3. Dark on 3. I wish I could at least do something to CC to allow myself to like continue grinding. The way to do that either. Have a nice day. Open. Oh, okay. This should last a little bit longer. Maybe I can just kite them. Just a little bit. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just wasted a stun basically. I can do this. I just need to make sure attack selected target is on. And that will allow me to just continuously clear rather than having to pause. Unless you get position lagged. That works too. There, now I don't have to click on the mob and miss. And end up walking closer, doing no damage. Guess I could use the HP I do have for now. Burn through that for a little extra damage. Damage from not having to move anyway. Would also go a little bit faster if I wasn't using a level 47 NPC bowl. Still haven't changed out of that. Actually, I'm gonna do that for a bit, become up hunting boots again. There's 2, 3, but the third one on everything else is upgraded. We can check on those before I grind, I guess. If we're lucky, maybe they'll be affordable. But I wouldn't count on that. Two. Oh, I missed one. Great. Guess chasing it down in this case is time to restore HP. As slow as that is. I think I know where it is though. If I had to guess. Pretty confident is behind this set of like little things in front of me. Other side, but at least I guess the correct general direction. Never assigned stats yesterday. Up, you what? Okay, I'm pretty sure I can just tank this one since I have enough HP. Max 500 damage unblocked. Louise are harder than this. Alright. 14 crab meats in inventory right now. 22. Ooh, high rolling for the day. That's rare. Let's go check out those human names real quick. This one is in Dargon. They're both in Dargon. That is convenient. We'll need more Dargon Blink Wings though. You need to make sure I clean this login event. 2 days left. See those Huan Dame boots for 50 mil or whatever you guys said to charge. I'm ready for disappointment. So laggy. $30 up. Down there. $25, that's just out of reach. It's +4, it would be affordable. Same goes for this +5 here. Maybe I'm willing to pay a little more now. Yeah, this is like 15 mil, I'll probably end up buying it. It is still relatively on the low end, I guess. Yeah, 50 mil, you're funny. A lot of the last one we want to look at was on channel. And it's still there. My current goal is to have CW sets for all classes, missing 2 boots, 1 glove. I mean, if it's assist boots and gloves, yeah, those are a bit hard to get, but also you just get more level, you just get money faster as you level up. So, oh, okay, I can't even reach it. Awesome, cool story. Back to the grind. 25. Off last time. And actually, if you want to take it a step further, you could actually just like level all those characters to 105, get the legendary golden gear, and farm them from Clockworks yourself. And it's just free. 12%. Shoot, 50 mil, yeah. Forgot to buy coins. Let me just dark on me. Myself things. Grinding time. Tickling my nose. I might sneeze a few more times. I like how the bots don't even try to name their character something legitimate. It's just literally just a keyboard mash. You don't need to try. They don't even get banned anymore. There is no enforcement. Like the level of bot enforcement in this game is like nudge nudge. We're not gonna stop you. 93. Oh, that guy might honestly be questing because that guy actually has buffs. There's... I know this channel might have more people than it looks. In fact, let's try 24. Popular spot warrants that we actually hop channels every once in a while. Oh, this one actually has levelers still. Suspicious character name. Creativity is dead. Immersion is dead. People do be literally just naming themselves 00000 number. The 2 bots. Maybe more? This way? Oh. Nope, just the 2 bots. We can tolerate that much, I guess. Hopping servers too many times is kind of annoying, so 2 bots is about as empty as we can ask for server to be, I guess. Maybe. I need to not forget Pena Flask this time. I want a repeat of what happened the first 30 minutes of yesterday. Please. issues. So let me hit BRB real quick, and then we can start. Okay. Will you keep leveling all three level 3 characters at the same time? Yeah, there's no reason not to. Literally easier for me to level 3 characters than to try and level them separately. Or even just 2 characters separately. Like leaving one of them behind might actually slow me down. Not saying anything's guaranteed, but I mean, this is fun, so no reason to play any other way. It's fast enough still. It's not like I'm unused to slow grinding or anything. Wait, oh my god. Oh, that's not good. That's where I put her. Care of the emergency. No, auto attack off, single attack stays on. Put my mark on a prem item button while I was doing craft dungeon, forgot to remove it. Oh, there's an extra buff icon now. It's gonna throw me off. There's a question whether I should actually gather to the end of the fast walker timer, but as long as I survive, there's no issues. Problem is if I stop surviving for whatever reason, but surviving only ever gets easier until you move to the next mob. Then the difficulty curve resets. Oh, this one's a blade bot. That's interesting. I thought they were always rangers and ringmasters. I don't think it actually kills any faster than the ranger bots though. Bully them a bit. Not that they're gonna feel bullied or anything, but it's fun to do it. Hmm. Maybe the move is to start picking up food drops instead of paying for star candy for the craft dungeon. Oh my god, I know what I forgot now. Bring that. Bring that here. The amp deck. A 4 minutes of amp time lost in the RM. Not the end of the world. Yo, 4.8k. Okay, so they're starting to die kind of fast now. Since the build push is only like 7 levels under. Crazy how your damage scales up when you start from 11 levels down. Get bullied just a little bit there. Gotta cut into their profits somehow. Now that should not be my job. Imagine if the mods actually came by and did their job right now. Could have a peaceful spawn all to ourselves. Oh, what the? That definitely looks more like an actual player. I think they're staying more toward the captain's side. Which is interesting. I don't think I see people crying that Captain Louis all that often. No, he's definitely moving to more toward this side now. You watched my previous stream, since you were experimenting something, I'm curious. The experiment was what the fastest way to 60 was, and the answer was doesn't like a lot of people overhyped were like, oh, Moonbeam do it on with the party XP on level. It's like the best way to do it by far. So the experiment was, is it really the best way by far? Or is like the more traditional other or like the other methods more comparable? It's like, yeah, Moonbeam's not that far ahead of just doing the normal country with your main additive leveling that you do for most of the game. Was what I found out. The only thing that's like strictly worse is now some people say, oh, you should just level the RM first and figure out your class later. That one's the slowest by like a few hours. But it's also still an okay way of doing things because you can be indecisive for a bit longer. Where'd the Master Ellie go? Oh, he's over there. Why do people do this? Wait, is that like a Master Ellie bot or something? Because they also don't seem to be without an RM. Why do people do this themselves? Now where they go? Keep track of where people are so I don't like run into them. The worst thing you could always do for yourself is just run into a spot where people are pulling. Now you're contesting for no reason, when chances are another part of the spawn is probably open. I think if you go to part 8, I believe, of that series of streams and go to like the last few minutes, you see me typing out the results in a DM to a different character because I didn't want to open up a text box or anything. We're currently in the middle of working on another video, so once that's finished, I'll put the results of those streams into its own video. Then there's a lot less scouring 8 hours of multiple days worth of streams for a sliver of info. Could include other like caveats like from usage, namely. I feel like on FWC multiple power scrolls are always available. Or at least generally available often enough you never have to actually worry about it. Especially if you get the pre-register package, that definitely gives you enough power scrolls to get you to 60. Running out. I hope that Louis doesn't wander to say AoE. Yeah, I mean that's been the case for a while. There's still like things I'm learning, but for most general knowledge, I kind of have it memorized. It's either I know it off the top of my head, or I know where to find it really quickly, or I know enough that I can guess based on what I know the results of something people think is a good idea. I can still be like proven wrong about things, but I'm open to that. The more people prove me wrong, the better in a sense. It means more people are curious about the game and figuring things out. And observing things properly. Rather than oh, I tried this thing and then like they provide no other context, no control of variables or anything. Just feeling things out. Like, no, that's not how that works. Wrong. Just because I don't have the immediate resources on hand to prove you otherwise doesn't change the fact that you're wrong. You know how some people say like you put 10,000 hours into something and you become a master at it? Kind of what happened to me with life in a sense. You know, instead of becoming, there's nothing you can really master in life, you just learn more and more about it. Yeah, there's the trouble is wading through all the misinformation. That's probably the real skill I picked up. It's applicable outside of life. Hold on, sorry, I'm gathering. I'll read that during the AoE when I'm just spamming buttons. In this experiment, how did you make... I know you said there were a few streams where you were... Oh, Pena for the characters. I know you said there were a few streams where you're poor, but it seems like you're working quite well towards... I'm just... I get it. Like, if I'm poor... Like, cause part... Like, the... I try to cover everything, like, kind of comprehensively, so... Every character just had no Pena to begin with. That's... If all the Pena you see is exactly what they earn from leveling. I didn't try to inject Pena or buy FC or anything. Played with exactly what I had and nothing else. And these 3 characters also follow that rule, so like even though 6 characters ultimately hit 60, I only used the Pena and drops found on the 3 characters I'm playing now. And the gear isn't exactly all that great. They're demo plus 5 and 4 Dexions. It's not the Roriant armor was definitely cheaper than I expected it to be. RM has full flurry just from sheer luck. Sometimes you just get lucky. It happens. Certain amount, like you basically have to account for there being a certain amount of luck. They can't say, oh, this wouldn't happen to most characters and like this and like just disregard every lucky thing that happens to you. Because then it's no longer an average case, you're now just looking at the worst case. Which you can argue is helpful to more characters, but if you're like making I feel like being a more middle of the road case is better. I guess that you could say the other argument is finding a full flurry set is extremely lucky. Flurry isn't all that much worth much anymore, so. And then the rest, and then like more gear build up, like having Clockwork Jewels and set now is just from 23 levels past 60. Like you get drops from all those levels along the way. You know, afford stuff just from making sure you pick up your drops. And not buying anything stupid. Like, I still don't have a mount yet, because I've been using free mounts up until this point. So yeah, the gear is definitely not as nice as you think it is. It's still, like, clean. I still haven't even upgraded to +5. And I'm almost at Claffins. They almost, which is like, I mean, I'm like 10 levels away. That's basically almost at a certain spawn. I think after grinding today and then quests tomorrow, I'll probably be at Kearns or Glaphis. Probably Kearns, since I don't really need to worry about being stunned. And the normal spawn of Kearns isn't all that bad. And actually, the normal Kearns actually give more XP than the small Glaphins. Or was it just Captains, one of the two? I know it's another one of those cases where the lower level mob gives more XP than the higher level mob. Though in general, it's better to be at Galapins as AoE still, just because of the spawn density difference. I'm also just like partially handicapped by the fact that I have to gear an extra character. Like most people would just put a flurry set on their RM, and then all the rest of the money goes to their main. But I have to funnel money into my build poster as well. Make sure she doesn't fall behind either. She's kind of behind as is because I never found the boots. I did find the boots, but they were 10. By the time I was able to afford them, they were gone. Lucky. Which is also part of just the random amount of luck that happens when you play this game. I should play an MMO. Any game, really. Yo. Okay, so I'm 20 minutes in. I don't think I'm a full level up still. But that makes sense, actually. Even yesterday, it was like an hour for 2 levels-ish. Should be like 84 and something. That's the expectation. I don't think I'm hitting 85 this hour for sure. Maybe like 84 and a half? Satisfactory? XP should start to slow down from this point. The small Luias are currently only 7 level. Yeah. Yeah, it should finally start curving down from here, except I don't know what curving down looks like. Because I'm not writing anything down. Yeah, 4 levels ahead of the Ringmaster now. Actually, 3.3. Didn't really grow past a certain point unless I get P-leveled at 150. Or up to 150. I envy you for studying the technicalities of the game to this level. Honestly, I play Flight because I find grinding therapeutic. Especially after work on a Friday night. Honestly. I mean, yeah. I do find like this low level grinding more fun than I expected. I will admit that much. It's like I feel like I just studied all that stuff because people just spread misinformation like crazy in this game, and that just pisses me off. Like there's still people who stand by Polestar Knight as a leveling build to this day. I'm just like, okay, you have fun with that, but please do not recommend it as a leveling build to anyone. people still fucking stand by and just like, okay. All we can do is give correct information and hope the guy we're talking to coin flips into believing us rather than the other guy. What they say. The lies run while the truth just barely started tying its shoes or something. Hello. Yeah, this stream does go a lot faster when I'm just grinding compared to last week when I was just doing quests. Those streams felt long as fuck. I have to admit, knowing just the basics is no fun. I guess that's the biggest con of not having the damn patience. I mean, patience, but also time. Like, you don't really want to be wasting time figuring out something everyone else already knew, but like, it still takes you time to know what everyone else what supposedly everyone else should already know. Not compiled anywhere either. Life is kind of the only game I actually do this in, because every other game there's other theory crafters doing a better job than I do. Okay, that's chill. So, yeah, on other games I'm just like, oh, I'll just go by what others say. It's chill. The only game where I had like such a huge information lead over everyone else. I could just pick up on everything else faster. Some call it a hyperfixation. Like 6 minutes for 20%ish. 10 of those. That's for 20. 200? Oh, okay, so it's still 2 levels. Oh, that's not reaching. Hey, I'm 162. What's the best spot to grind? Still small hunters. You go to small Samosets at 163. And then the shock and horror hits as you level 20% slower just from that exchange. Small hunters are just crazy, yo. AGT, thank you. Maybe I should consider that extra pack today. Could I? Yes, no, it's nothing. It's fine. I'll lose a couple 100k maybe. They're at 82. Expecting like 5 levels today, maybe in that like 88. Then tomorrow, like an hour of grinding should be around 90 or very close to it. Not quite enough XP to do another hour at Luia's, so that's when I go do quests. A lot of quests. I skipped everything from like 73 or something. What? I watch One Piece, unfortunately. Fortunately for my end, I guess. Never really got into Naruto. Remember Naruto airing on Toonami. Watching up until Chunin exams while it was on Toonami, and then nothing. Pretty sure it was going on Toonami, but I stopped having access to Cartoon Network. Did not watch further. Then never got into it later. I've heard One Piece is coming out with a movie next year about God Valley. Honestly, can't wait. Yeah. Well, but the issue with movie tends to be that it comes out like it comes out so much slower. I guess it's okay because supposedly they're releasing episodic version of the movie before going to the season that would follow, but like a year of no One Piece and then finally getting caught up before being able to advance the story. The 1 year of no One Piece, that beats me. Especially since I only just got back into it, like, with Wano. I guess it's like, you can't really call it just getting back into it 2 years ago. That's not being very genuine about just getting back into it. Like, I watched 1.5 arcs in full before One Piece decides, yeah, we need another year break, thanks. Half-hour mark? Only a minute 30 without crapping. Be good. Yeah, 50% in like 10 minutes. Minute? I'm just so wrong about my IQ right now. Just gonna change at eye level anyway, but who really cares? My favorite arc, probably Stillwater 7. I think one of my other favorite arcs is actually the filler arc with G8. It's not even canon, but it was just a just a fun set of episodes. Pew pew. Yeah, can you tell the mod to pew pew the bots around me? Thanks. I'll even open my friend list for you so you can tell what channel they're on. Yeah, Condoriano. Like all the other fillers are meh, but that one was that particular filler arc was really good. How do you AFK? How do you attack with it? I am clicking them. You just don't see my mouse. You see the blue arrows popping up next to every mob? That is me clicking them. Or if you mean during the AoE where the mobs seem to die even without me targeting, it's because there's a burst crack BP behind me. Who is honestly the real source of damage. Conti Oriano, that would be crazy. Filler character suddenly becomes relevant. Filler character's fake name. Actually a legendary pirate. Imagine. Imagine they reach the final island and Condoriano's already there. Biggest plot twist yet. Remember that filler arc after Skypia? Yeah, that was actually the spoiler for the One Piece. We had to make it something nobody could ever hope to expect. So we decided Condoriano is the One Piece. Oh, there's a new one in main Discord. Oh, oh, they picked Kitsu. That's nice. Right? Everything would come together. It's the perfect ending. Ship it. Boom, we figured out the One Piece. And we didn't even have to sail into the middle of the bottom of the ocean to find it. For 22 minutes. It could be, I mean, it could be like... I don't think it's impossible to hit 85. At least we'll get really close. The build post is basically already there. Why is she at 80% ahead? What the fuck happened? Oh wait, that's actually a limiter. So I'm not 84, I'm actually 85 because of the build poster. So I guess 90. Did I hit 90 today? One of the characters hits 90, then I have to fully quest tomorrow. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, oh, a little further ahead than I expected to be, eh? Okay, so that is an extra bot. So now we have 2 RM bots and a blade bot. At least the blade bot is kind of novel. It's almost what I lose drops in this last 20 minutes here. It's too bad there's no bank in Dark Arena. It's like an incredibly awkward thing to be missing. Admittedly, I could just go back to town real quick. How full are these? Oh, there's plenty of that space, I think. Might not be anything to worry about after all. Turn these and pick up nearby item once I'm just randomly clicking and picking up like meat salads for no reason. There's 85 on the bill poster. So 18 minutes left. I don't. We had 22 minutes when we hit level on 84 on Jester. So easily 85 then? Oh my god. I might have severely estimated that. Which is not a bad thing. Let those stat points hang until next hour. Or longer. Already messed up 6 points on my ringmaster. So my ringmaster has 6 strength she shouldn't have. Oh, the blade bot went down. Interesting. So now we're just contending with the 2 RM. Imagine how excruciating it is leveling a 1+1 blade. I mean, it's not so bad, it's just Imagine if you were imagine if that blade bot was actually being played by a human. No buffs, 2 swords, horribly slow leveling. Like if you decide to run around at this level without buffs, you're just kind of bringing the hardship on yourself. Fun. So I assume if you're doing that, you have some idea of what you're signing up for. Although this bot found its way to this half respawn. I'd entertain the idea of dropping a bunch more mobs on these RM bots, but probably not gonna work out the way I'm thinking of, hoping it would. Considering they tend to be over-leveled. And they'll just come right back anyway. They are programmed to find their way back to spawn. I'd honestly just cry after killing 2 mobs if that's the case. Yeah, I would too. That would honestly be a justified crash out. Thankfully, no one's ever forced to do that. Not like you're ever just like suddenly dropped into the game as a level 80 something blade with double swords and no buffs. There's a chain of events you have to go through to actually get there. Generally, anyway, assuming you're not like borrowing a friend's account or something. If a friend is giving you, lending you a character with no buffs and shit gear, that they might not be a good friend. I'm just saying. Or at least they're definitely not trying to give you what the experience is supposed to be like. Definitely, they're going out of their way to skew your view of that class. That or it's technically an AoE blade and you're just piloting it wrong. Oh look, he found his way back up. Oh, I like +5. Just based on the weapon trail. 94. Whoever's controlling that bot clearly has no faith in the blade class to be putting them at mobs while being 2 to 4 levels higher. Why not put them at like Gongaris? Like small Gongaris are isolated enough, I feel like. Interesting choice. They just proved too dangerous. Now these mobs are like particularly bad because they apply attack speed reduction. Have a chance to for a little while anyway. I mean, the character hasn't died, so from a botter's perspective, it is working exactly as intended. So. doing its job perfectly. $60% in 12 minutes? Yeah, that's 85 for sure. I guess my leveling pace is actually effectively dictated by the build poster who is a level higher currently, so in a sense, of course his level's going faster, doing more damage. How often do you play if it's not FWC season? In the 6 months before this FWC, I was basically not playing. I grinded like 4 hours a day for a 1 month period where there was an infinitely farmable event, but outside of that, I didn't really play at all. I used to Siege, but after the last PvP update, I'm like, I don't want to see anymore. I'm already kind of on the fence with sieging anyway, so the last patch definitely just like, yep, definitely gave me the final push I needed to say, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore, so. And like there wasn't a whole lot going on either, it's just like, well, you can mostly, like before this FWC, you could just level through dailies, get pretty far, and like, I wasn't even really doing that either. And then they released Tower. Now it's so much easier to hit max level and do the Sunstone quest done. But I haven't been keeping up with that still. You know, the way like I approach the game now, it might like me playing Flight might just be a stream thing. Just be doing various grinds for fun. Don't really see much of a point to anything anymore. I already geared all the characters I care to gear. Dungeons aren't any fun if you're not running with friends. Like the argument could be, yeah, you should find new friends, like, or stop holding on to this game for any longer than necessary. I do kind of want to try different kinds of YouTube content. I can find the energy to do so. I think a 5 channel can only get so big anyway. Unfortunately, this game doesn't give you a whole lot of room for storytelling, does it? Maybe I'm just not creative enough. Am I failing as a content creator? What is the best way to earn Penya? You want in-game only, or are you open to swiping? You can always just swipe your credit card and sell FC stuff. But even the in-game methods, the best ones are buy FC from someone else to do stuff with it. In-game, buy FC from players and ask for this NPC Mac, this Mac A grade NPCs. Then have a bunch of houses ready to convert A pets into S pets and sell them. All you need is a couple billion Penya. All you need is like, you can technically get started with like about a few 100 mil, I guess. Difficulty would be buying your first NPC. Can't really buy just one NPC. I think doing WoW content is a nice alternative. Yeah. It's like the difficulty is finding something where I can be unique enough to attract attention. Actually, I've been out of WoW for so long at this point. I don't think I can really get that deep into WoW enough to make something interesting. Been ruminating on ideas, but like, for now, at least until this FWC ends, I'll keep focusing on flight content. And no, like the flight content viewership is already like way down. Like beginning of this FWC, I was getting like legitimately 66% more viewership on the content I've released than I am getting now. So oh my god, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. What is this? What is this? What are we doing here? Okay. RM got stuck somewhere. That's annoying. Okay. Well, I didn't wipe. So. It's always a good thing, not wiping. Especially in the last 2 minutes of an amp. Almost had me though. I don't even really need to cast Perfect Bluff, I don't think. I just survive anyway. Always happens in the last few minutes, something goes wrong, yep. But even with that, I safely hit 85 here. That AoE was worth 3%. A minute 30. Now for like 2 to 3 AoEs depending on how I play it, but guaranteed 2 pulls. Can't click. Crazy, I go from perfectly clicking to randomly having periods of time where just nothing gets clicked. Like the hand-eye coordination just randomly goes off the rails. 85. Started from like 82 and something. Well, first is 86. Oh, I think hit 88 and something next hour. And final hour. Probably end up with a bill poster in the 90 at 90. I never bought those Dark Conflict. Telling myself to buy Dark Conflicts and I still haven't bought them. Oh, Wing of Darkon. I think I can just buy Town Blink Wings at this point. Not poor anymore. I'm just regular poor. You know what I mean? I have Pena to buy at least the necessities. Oh shit, those turkey boxes are give 10 turkeys. That's kind of crazy actually. Let me okay, public light. Ooh. One more day. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, these FWC level reaches since they're 80. 11 amps for everyone. 10 amps for everyone. Walk up to the spawn, BRB real quick. Then do another hour. Should be midpoint of safe and close enough. BRB. Hey. We're at the bottom of this level, so we'll see how far this next amp gets us. That's basically spot on for our EXP gain estimate. Up. A little bit more, and then I only have to buff 5 times an hour. Nothing goes wrong. My god, it's doing that thing again where I can't buff over my own haste. Fine, be that way. I'm just not gonna rebuff them. I'll need to rebuff 6 times an hour anyway. %50 for everyone. Oh, the spawn migrate away from me. Captcha. Can't see the captcha because it's on a different character. Coincidentally, it's the character with the most XP. I know it's supposed to stop adding decks at some point, I just don't know what that point is. Because once I switch to the yo-yo, my dex doesn't mean anything anymore. Gonna be kind of nice once I unlock Jester's Blast. I can start using Enchant Absorb. One less character's healing I have to worry about. What's a fun level in the future? What level am I excited about right now? Besides 100? Well, 100 is pretty close, I guess. Matter of days until I hit 100, honestly. Earthquake card, nobody cares about earthquake cards. Not the best air ring placement, but I'll have to. It's an RM level. I'm putting points into Moonbeam to make the Make that other dungeon easier. My god, is that another bot? There's more bots here. You're gonna make me hop. Is it, or is that a bot? Yeah, that's probably a bot. That's unlucky. Their servers can't have people. So I feel like putting in the effort to servers right now. Oh, that's not worth it. Only almost dead. Oh. Not an unfortunate response, it's a win for the tank character. These bots be pulling kind of. They're so good. Yeah, just the 4. 3 arms and a blade bot. Mod could do such good work right now. But they won't. I imagine you could ban like at least like 50 bots just by going through every channel right now. That would be an extremely conservative estimate of some servers, of every server having 2. As you can easily see, some servers can have 4 or more. Don't discount the possibility of even more bots on a single channel. I guess that's the real issue with being a live content creator. It's like, why should I care for the game when the people who should care about the game the most don't? I can only love a city like Gary, Indiana so much. Like living in a house where the roof is leaky, nothing else works. There's no electricity. The fridge hasn't worked in years, but hey, God character. Place is just in ruins. In this case, the game. The owners just don't seem to care. Like, but hey, FWC! Which raises the question, who makes more money during FWC? Gala or the RM tiers? And the bots? Or you can go back to the old conspiracy theory where Gala are part of the RMT trade. That always seems to make sense. Finish it off, yep. That bot do be running kind of fast. Yeah, I told you it makes sense. If Gala is part of the RMT trade, of course they wouldn't shut it down. It's not like unprecedented either. It's not like integrity is life's strong point or anything. There's probably more corrupt mods than there have been upstanding mods. Who knows if there ever has been upstanding mod at the end of the day? I doubt they will miss to capitalize on that. That's too much confidence on Gala, I think. A company known for being absolutely so bad at their monetization that you can literally tell them how to make money and they won't do it. I would never say anything that would imply Gala is competent in any way, in any form, including earning money. I imagine there is some crossover, yeah. If not Gala directly, then there's almost certainly some insiders who are doing RMT. After all, why not? Like, oh, Gala employee gets caught being involved in RMT, people aren't gonna be like, oh, that's the worst thing ever. No, if you're like, oh, that's so expected. And then life will go on as normal. Like, life goes on as normal. The next FWC starts shortly after the announcement, after that news gets out, and everyone forgets because, oh my god, FWC again. Would hardly even be a scandal. It's just the expectation at this point. Happy flying. Nope. Fine, but the bone things kept me from tagging them off. The bot got it first. I'm going to try and sleep now. Alright, good night. 50% in about 14 minutes. I guess next AoE I'll be at 67% next AoE, but the decently sized one. 50% in 15 minutes. Yeah. This hour, this character, Jester, will end at 87 something, probably. I think by like 88, I shouldn't expect more than like a level an hour. Probably just over a level an hour. Then it really start to collapse from there. Until we reach that point where I spend multiple weeks on the same spawns, like that is the game, technically speaking. You really start to hit that point where it's like, yeah, this is why everyone says MMO streaming is a terrible category. Because it gets super repetitive and grindy. Really more of a just chatting stream with something happening in the background. Or you gotta keep things easy. Essentially make it a type of cozy stream. Cozy streams kind of have a very specific audience, I feel like. Maybe Flyverse do fall into that category of watching cozy streams, given it is the kind of player you have to be for a long grinding MMO like this. Can't be sweating every hour of a grind, you're gonna be frustrating, you're not gonna make any progress. The game is so tough that you're at the edge of your seat every minute. That could have gone significantly worse, targeting wise. And by significantly worse, I really mean just more annoying. Malias aren't really lethal threats still, just kind of annoying to deal with if they get on a ring the Jester. Even BP's kind of okay. Not really. Could do worse. But you could do worse. I mean, there's exactly one person Lulius could target. Would be worse than the BP. Would be the RM. I am talking in circles here. Oh my god. He actually died. I'm just gonna die. It's fine. Oh. Oh. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I think the mobs are closer than they are, and then they're not. And then they decide, and then they use all that extra distance to turn around, attack the build poster, which instantly kills the build poster, and then they can get on the ringmaster and instantly kill the ringmaster. It's kind of GG there. 3% is still kind of nothing at this point. I don't think there's a real solution to it just randomly happening though. Like the most you can hope for is the build poster gets tankier. Like the fact that that didn't happen, or at least we got away with it the last time it did happen. Overall good thing. Be thankful that it's only happened twice this stream. So we do have more than half the grinding time left still. Hopefully that doesn't happen 2 more times. I always get more cautious with the AoEs right after it happens and then slowly become more loose with it until, bam, another wipe or near wipe. And then the cycle starts anew. Is it still the same number of bots here, or? Hello, roll call, bot check, I see 2. Pretty sure there's still 3. Yeah. Here. Look at its body ways. Oh. You can... The bots can die? Interesting. I thought they were programmed to play it safe enough that should never be a problem. Interesting. Doesn't look like the respawn killed them. Considering how far the mobs ran away. It's decently, that could be decently useful. Feel like I use attack cards the whole way. Yeah, Arm could use HP card, yes. Aggro's blocked. Yeah, there's 3 bots still. What's one more? Besides the one that died. These are teleporting up and down the cliff. We're up 80% in 24 minutes. Time feels faster now. Oh, I assume the dying definitely made things go by a lot faster, maybe. What? What obstacle? These 4 rocks along the ground stop my arrow? Really? Oh, I guess my XP per hour is kind of skewed a bit downward after that, like... Oh, probably still hitting 87 reliably. Assuming we don't get another wipe anyway. I feel like smooth sailing is a decently safe assumption. Based on how most pulls go. Bird here. Another volcano. I don't like how the cards are in different inventories taking up more space than they should be. Need to see that quest. I did find it. I guess I could do them once the RM catches up in level. Just need to be 86. Just to have access to the giants. Maybe get a relevant LG that I need. I can't rely on it can't rely on that though. And dailies take so long for how much XP they give at this level. Probably not worth it then. It's not like the Ringmaster is gonna fall more than 8 levels behind at any point, so... worrying over nothing here. I have 3 rebuffs left, regardless of what happens. Get hacked, bot. It would be crazy if one of them actually spoke up after I fully confirmed it's like greedy or some shit. It's like, oh, you're not a bot. That's crazy. It's too much to ask people to stop playing like a bot. This is the earliest I've caught crab meats expire. Let me go. I'm not gonna say I'm improving though. Guess there's also nothing that says the bots can't be ran by Gala themselves. Rainbow. In theory, I do have. In theory, they gave us an email that only the partner streamers should be able to send emails to. I think they'd respond if I asked and be like, "Hey, can you assign a mod to my stream? I stream at this time. And just ban all the bots that appear on my stream. Thanks. Thumbs up. It'll make you a little bit better." What do you mean alt channel? This is my main channel. Don't have any alt channels that I actually post to. Oh, this is a weird way of asking what channel I'm on, in which case it's 23 right now. Who are you playing with? I'm playing by myself. No one else is with me. It's me and these 4 bots around me. Very exciting. 3 characters actually. You've noticed I don't have burst crack on my bar, but if you look at the animations, somebody is casting burst crack. Multi-planting is very normal in this game, so... In fact, you're kind of griefing if you're not, so... At the same time, yup. Nothing crazy. I mean, you could hardly call 2 of these characters being played, because one is just pressing heal and the other is just pressing burst crack. at their assigned times when I press the button for them. It's really like playing one character and then adding 2 extra buttons to do it. What's really happening here? The more accurate description I'm doing. Bullied. Haha, working one mob. Got him. That's a proper bully. Imagine they're programmed to work after trying to tag a certain number of mobs regardless of whether they actually tag or not. Banner and helmet, thanks. The character that said would be the most useful, and it's still useless. Saying 10% more damage on air rain doesn't actually do anything. That, that, that. The tankiness of a level 86, but the damage of a level 87. And thus the EXP gap grew. I don't think it's ever gonna be more than like 1 level apart though. I mean, right now the XP curve is kind of weird, but after like 105-ish, XP curve is consistently 10% difference between this level and the next level, so... Current level and the next level. And my N plus 1 and N. Oh, I actually picked that red up. Nice. The bots didn't take it from me. Actually, maybe I should just play on PK channels, not like... Surely no one would hop on a PK channel just to PK me, right? This is a big stream or anything. But I would lose inventory slots to everyone picking up fucking PK chips. -3 inventory slots does not sound great. I'm not filling up either. Maybe that doesn't matter. At least the RM doesn't fall further behind on levels, I don't think. 99.98%. Really? Dailies aren't small XP either. Turns out that way sometimes. This hour went by. Oh my god, I'm just gathering without thinking about it. Because the hour went by kind of fast. 40 minutes already gone. And easily enough time to hit 87. I think the build poster actually hits 88 then. So in total, we will have spent 4 hours at Luia's. Just 1 more hour than I spent at Mush Boys. Right? No, I spent 2 hours at Mush Boys. Yeah. 72 to 75 and then 75 to 70. So by the time I'm done with Luia's, I would have spent more time at Luia's than all the previous levels and mobs combined. Interesting. I knew that was true. I just thought this entire time I spent 3 hours at Mush Boys. I didn't say anything. $6.3K. I should pierce that suit. I got 1 lightning card. I need 1 more and it would be really nice. 2 pierce suit. 8% attack. Probably like 6-7% more damage overall. 7K burst cracks then. Problem is, my uppercut count is actually going down. No real stopper. And unlike all the times I've done this with red flasks and red scrolls, I'm nowhere near 125, which is when the Rem train begins with all the free level reach rewards at 125, 130, and 135. That potion card. I feel like I'm getting a lot of 4% cards this hour. So get is kind of a funny word to choose there because I don't pick up 3/5 of them. Because really, who cares about defense and pure FP? Game heavily rewards HP attack way more. But only 6.3K to the small ones. That's a little unfortunate. But that is the nature of a mixed spawn, yes. Get baited by the biggest number you see. Right? No. Damn, that bot programmed to be kind and greedy if I can pull 6 mobs. Like how they did such a good job of fighting off bots back in FWC2 and then aren't really trying to replicate their former glory. I guess their level of care went down. They're happy with the amount of profit they're getting, I guess. Or maybe they decided their bot busting effort really wasn't worth the cost. Who knows, maybe they're working on the next big solution, so FWC5 might be bot free. As we all know, bot solutions aren't perfect. Why they stall and not just do something good enough, we'll never know. One last rebuff. Feel so out of it right now. If I rebuff now, I don't have to worry about buffs for the rest of the hour. Just do that after this pull. There's like 7 minutes left. Assuming we don't get the bullshit with the haste. Oh, you know what happened with haste at the beginning of this hour? I forgot I didn't have rat meats. Rat meats get 5 int. Of course I couldn't rebuff over it. That's typically what stops rebuffing haste. You're changed for some reason. You forgot what that reason actually was. already tagged. Looks like an 80% EXP difference right now between the Bell Poster and the Jester, but all these crews, every time they're at the same level for even just a little bit. Getting tired of Leos. But the problem only worse from here. Devon, who dropped it? Probably me. Then I get to pick it up. Surprised no one stole it. Those people actually going to do red media or what's going on there? Hope they stop. Hopping server. What could a max? What could a? Oh no, they're at level. They're not max level. Right, so they're not going to do red immediately. Then what the? Sting? What? I wasn't in any danger at all there. Nope. BP definitely did not lose half her HP that last pull. What are those angel swords? Those are angel swords, I think. That or the level 85 NPC swords, one of the two. That guy's really trying to make that blade bot work. All that effort just to be worse than a stock standard Ranger bot. Alright. 5 minutes to get the bill poster another level, and she'll be 88. 85% right now, so that should be Xeno. Mm, looks kind of dangerous. Another bot, or is that just kind of just looting? 97, probably just looting. Yep, just looting stuff along the way. An Elementer. There's no way that was going to be a bot, right? Oh, there's a blade bot here, so I guess technically anything could be a bot. Glass is not a restriction. Or spin helmet. Two minutes. I think we did it in 1 minute. Should be good there still. Nothing to worry about. The definition of... Oh, wow, it's going down to the wire. Not like my AoEs are exactly 30 seconds or anything, they're a little bit over. 40 seconds, probably a better estimate. Sentence. Do one AoE here, and then we'll probably do another one. 99%, are you kidding me? 40 seconds on runs. I think I need to give myself 15 seconds to kill, actually. Try to give myself 10 there. Go. Almost basically 10 seconds. 88. The BP. down. I guess I should just use. Am I walking over there for no reason? Well, it's like way earlier than normal, but I'm really not feeling the game right now, so I'm gonna get off for the night. Sorry for ending early, but thanks for watching. Probably stream again tomorrow though, so I'll see you around.